I know it is unbelievable, but this is true. Hi guys, what's up? This is Mac from the Wi-Fi Ninjas, and today I will be testing Rode NT2000 microphone for you. It's this beauty. You don't see that? And that's amazing. I can't see that too. It's in front of me, slightly below my screen, diagonal. It's not in my way, and this is one of the very few microphones that I was able to use outside of the camera view with amazing quality. Alright, so what it is, the NT2000 microphone, the one that I am using now, is a condenser mic from Rode. It's one of the top quality condenser mics available out there. It's a studio mic, which means that it's very universal. You can use that for voice, you can use it for vocals, for podcasts, for instruments, for everything, okay? Even for very loud instruments, you can use it in noisier environments. And this basically crashes all the theories about the about the condenser mics being noisier than dynamic, that they will pick up more background noise. Absolutely not true. If anything, this thing picks up less background noise than Shure SM7B or than my Rode pod mic. I know it is unbelievable, but this is true, okay? I was testing it quite heavily. I am still testing it. This is my new mic, new addition to the team. And as you can see, I sound a little bit differently. I normally was using massive, that's what she said, NTG8 mic that was on top of me, on the diagonal, coming from the top towards my mouth, like 35 centimeters away to be outside of the camera view. And I don't think it worked as nicely, even though it was an 800 pounds worth of a microphone. So I removed that and it's ready to be sold on eBay, okay? So I consolidated all my mics into one microphone because I can use NT2000 mic with a proximity effect. I can have it closer to my mouth, like 2-3 inches away for the best possible sound from this mic. I can have it like 6 inches away. See, I'm touching this mic. It's just 6 inches away from my mouth and it sounds absolutely smashing. I don't think I need to eat that thing up in the way that I have to eat up a broadcaster mic from Rode, or the way that I have to eat up Shure SM7B. I don't have to do that anymore. So this mic can sit outside of the camera view, which is mind blasting. Now it's on 29% gain. And just to give you a comparison, if I was eating this thing up for the best proximity effect available to me, I would have went down to 20% gain, 19% gain-ish. Would it sound better? It would be more colored. It will be more bassy. But that's good and a bad thing at the same time. By nature, I'm quite strongly voiced and my voice is quite deep. If I start eating this thing up, my voice gets deeper, okay? And this is further exaggerated by microphones like a Rode Broadcaster that adds some extra depth to your voice. So in a podcast where I interview with Matt, our hosts that are not using this class of microphones, I was a little bit standing out of the crowd with the depth of my voice. And over the internet, when let's say Matt is using Ecamm to record our interviews and I'm listening to myself locally, it might sound, the broadcasting type mics, it might sound amazing in my headphones, but you know, over the internet, the sound of my voice is compressed. So what you see in our video podcasts is the compressed audio quality from my broadcaster mic, from my previous mic. That might be a little bit weird, robotic, some might say. Amazing mic for the radio stations, amazing mic for local quality, but I find NT2000 mic more natural, easier to use. It's a bigger mic, it's a more expensive mic, it's around £400 worth of the equipment. It comes with a shock mount, it comes with a nice hard case to carry it around. So it's a good package, but it is quite expensive. I guess you get what you pay for, all right? I also have another studio microphone from Rode NT1 just behind me. I'm using it for my piano lessons. I'm using it for playing games with my friends on the armchair with, I don't know, like a GeForce Now or something on a big screen. And it's absolutely amazing. Half the price of that. It doesn't have the bells and whistles of this microphone, but it's also good. The NT1 is also good, but this one is mind-blowing. I still think this is the best microphone I have ever tested, okay? And I have tested quite a few. Why do I think it's the best microphone I have ever tested? I'm just looking at it here, and it has 3 knobs that you can use to adjust your type, adjust to the type of the environment that you're sitting in, I guess. It has 3 patterns that it supports. And now I'm on cardioid pattern, so it picks up everything from the front of the mic. So the mic is directed at my mouth, but my mouth is not directed at the mic, if that makes sense. I am directed at the screen, maybe leaning towards the camera more than the mic, but it works amazing. And it's just in front of my face, in the center of the screen. I talk to the left side of the screen, I talk to the right side of the screen, I talk to the center of the screen. Left side, right side, center. And I have a big ultra-wide screen. It doesn't change the way I sound. And that's another massive plus for me, okay? It doesn't have to be positioned like, vertically to the side. I don't have to be talking to the top of the mic like I have to with SM7B or with the Pod mic or with Aston Stealth, this kind of mics. It is, look at that. It's just here. It's vertical, okay? Just outside of the camera view. Okay, I position it like that and it's very close to me, 6 inches away, just outside of the camera view. Okay, so since I have it up a little bit, let's take a look at this mic. It won't focus. Okay, but that's a good looking mic, okay? It's a really nicely designed, beautiful, professionally looking studio microphone. Okay. So that's what it is. It has 3 patterns available to us. A cardioid pattern that I'm using now, and when I turn the knob to the left, it has an omnidirectional pattern, so you can place it in the middle of the table in the meeting room, and you can use it for conferences. Believe me, it will work flawlessly there. And you have the figure of 8s pattern, so you can use it for interviews. Okay, so it will pick up everything in front and on the back of the mic, while ignoring the sound from the sides and from the bottom of the mic, which is great for the interviews, like, one table, 2 people on each side of the mic. It's good for that. Another knob that I can use to change the behavior of the mic is the high pass filter. That's the second knob out of 3 available. What it does, I can configure it to completely cut off the low frequencies from the transmission, starting at 20 Hertz, going up to 150 Hertz. So I'm not in a particularly noisy environment, so I just set the cut-off threshold to 20 Hertz, so I'm not really using it much, the high-pass filter. It only cuts out the lowest of available frequencies. But if you are close to the road, if you are close to the fan, your air conditioning is noisy, you are like Matthew and you really want to use your Dyson at 110% all the time to have this nice moving hair effect in the front of the camera, you can cut that out by adjusting the cut-off threshold, so it cuts that off. So it's just your voice that goes through and not the noise from the background environment. High-pass filter built into this mic. Sounds great, works great. Now, this mic has a similar capabilities to, let's say, a Yeti mic, okay, that Matt was using a lot. I was using a lot in the past. The difference is that this is so low noise mic, such a good quality mic, that it has pretty much, you won't be able to hear self-noise of that mic. That's one thing. And another thing, the high-pass filter cuts off all these annoying background noises, like the car's fans, like my feet on the carpet even. I don't hear that. I don't have that. It doesn't pick that up. When I have my son shouting on the other side of the door close to my office, I don't hear that. Well, I can hear it in my headphones because they are like open cup headphones, but my microphone won't pick that up, which is super amazing. It gets less of a background noise than my massive NTG8. It was getting quite a lot of background noise, but not this one. Not this one. Okay, so that's two knobs. And the third knob is to reduce gain on the microphone. So now it's set to 0, which means that I don't have to use too much gain on my microphone interface. But let's say you want to use this mic to record a very loud instrument. If you don't want to overload it to sound like trash, you will need to use less gain, and you can kill that gain on the microphone level. So by the time it hits your interface, it's already dampened. Good test now. I have a massive lorry going in front of my window because it's a steel construction site where I live, and we had the same lorry in front of my window with different microphones, tests audible easily. With this one, I don't think it picked it up at all, even though it's outside of the camera view. Okay, so you can configure the gain cutoff between 0 and minus 10 dBs. Okay, I don't use it because I want as minimum amount of gain from my interface as possible to keep it low noise, but you can with louder instruments. All right, so let's do some distance tests. I will eat this thing up to show you the proximity effect, and then I will be moving farther away from the mic so we can compare apples to apples. I've done the same test with different microphones. I'm adjusting gain to like 20% now. So now it's closer to my mouth, and this will sound better. Okay, so now this is like 2-3 inches away from my mouth. Another good thing is that you don't have to have this microphone positioned, vertically. You can have it positioned horizontal. You can have it positioned wherever you like, for as long as you are talking to the front of the head of the mic, which for me is more convenient. So this is the proximity effect. This is a Rode NT2000 mic connected to the Rodecaster Pro interface with all audio processing turned on, 3 inches away, and this is how it sounds. All right. I will now put it back to around 6 inches away from my mouth outside of the camera view. Okay, you can see it in the bottom part. I'm adjusting gain back to 29%. Okay, so this is the same level as the proximity effect, but we cannot see the mic. I deliberately left like 1 millimeter sticking out here. It won't change anything, but you can see where the mic is when I'm talking to it. So this is a Rode NT2000 microphone connected to Rodecaster Pro interface with all audio processing turned on, and this is how it sounds. And I think it sounds absolutely smashing. All right. Now, the final test will be around 35 centimeters. I don't see an application for this mic to be used as far away from the source as 35 centimeters, like 15 inches away, because why? No reason. You can position it in so many ways that you can get it outside of the camera view while having 6 inches away from your mouth. But let's do it anyway. I will be adjusting it now. So now the mic is around 35 centimeters away from my mouth. I will adjust some gain to, now it's on 34% on my Rodecaster. There was a car going out of my window now, so it probably could have picked that up with that gain. And now when the microphone is positioned farther away from your mouth, from my mouth, it will be more prone to the acoustics of the room, the negative effects of lack of acoustic treatment in the room. So this room is very decently treated. Okay, I have 120 panels, bass traps, sound diffusing panels. I have like a sound proofing and also sound diffusing, dampening curtains. I have tons of stuff here, okay? I have wood on the back of me. I have wallpapers everywhere, thick carpet, this kind of stuff. So it will be better than in most rooms. I still think it's okay at this distance. So that's how it would sound if you were like sitting sitting around a good round table with a microphone in the middle of that table. So this is like a standard conference call setting, I shall say. It is. Instead of using like, I don't know, like a Cisco WebEx built-in microphones in the system, you can use that if you want to. And that's how it will sound on the other end. I think it's still quite fantastic, to be honest. Okay, it is fantastic, to be honest. All right, so going back to a little bit closer to me. So I will be doing this, I will be doing the rotation tests to see how it picks up the noise from the sides. So back to less gain. Now it's on 20%. Okay, so gain is on 20%. I will have to be moving alongside the mic to show it to you. So it will look awkward, but let's test it anyway. So I am on top of the mic and this is how it sounds. I will be moving to the side of the mic now and this is how it sounds. Okay, I'm talking directly to the side of the mic and this is how it sounds. And now I am talking to the back of the mic and this is how it sounds. And now I'm going back to the side of the mic and slowly I'm going back to the top of the mic and this is how it sounds. All right, so I will put it back to the position where I will be using it daily, adjusting gain in the process. So gain is back to 29%. The microphone is outside of the camera view and I will be typing something on the keyboard so we can see how it picks it up. Okay, so now I am typing on my Magic keyboard and this is how this mic picks it up. That's it. That's the keyboard test. All right, and the last test is a Dyson test. I have a Dyson turned on now, actually. So this is the first time I forgot to turn my Dyson off. Okay, I didn't even notice that. It's on level 1. I will put Dyson on level 4, which is very strong. And let's see if it picks it up if I shut up. I think it picks it up just slightly when I don't talk. When I talk, then the noise gate is disabled and you should be able to hear some of the noise of that Dyson. But how that would sound like if I was eating up this microphone. So I will get it closer to my mouth and I've adjusted gain to 20%. Would that pick the Dyson up? Another test, I had Google saying someone's at front door. I'm not sure if that picked that up. It doesn't pick up Dyson, noise gate kills it. And when I'm talking, can you hear the Dyson on top of my voice? I don't think you do. I don't hear it in my headset. All right, I'm turning Dyson off, putting it back, adjusting gain back to 29%, which I have tested is sufficient for this mic, positioning it outside of the camera view. And that's it, guys. This was the Rode NT2000. Actually, no, one more test. Let's do the audio processing test. So I have all the audio processing on my interface on Rodecaster Pro turned on. So compressor, high pass filter, de-esser, noise gate, oral exciter, big bottom, all turned on. And that's how it sounds. Let me turn all the audio processing off and check it again. So now I have turned all the audio processing off. And this is how it sounds. It's not as rich as it was before, as expected, to be honest. But I think it's still amazing. Okay, we did this test for all the mics we've tested, and this one is still my favorite. I will be turning back processing on. So processing is now back on, and this is how that sounds. So I hope it shows you how great and underappreciated the NT2000 mic is, because when I'm looking on the web of the reviews of people's tests and Google reviews and reviews in the music shops, it's not as favorable. I'm not sure why. It's a good mic, people they conclude that it's a good mic, but I think it's a fabulous mic. This is the best mic I have ever worked with, hands down. So thank you very much, Rode, for producing this mic. I will be using it daily now. Both Wi-Fi Ninjas do, both me and Matt, we have that as our daily driver, and we love it to bits. Thanks!